Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to be learning 5 new vocabulary words as well as reviewing the 5 vocabulary words that we learned last class. At this time, I want you to take out your student handout and we are going to review the 5 words that we learned last week. I'm going to be asking you some questions about the words we learned last week, and we will be using our signal, which is our pencil tap. So to review that, whenever I ask the question, you will hear me do the pencil tap like this, and that means that you can answer in unison. The first question is, what word is listed as number 5 on your student handout? Great job. What is the definition of the word authentic? That is correct. It means that it's real. Okay, look again at your student handout. What word is listed as number 4 on the student handout? Great job. Static is listed as number 4 on the student handout. What is the definition of the word static? Great job. The definition of static is lacking in movement or change. What word is listed as number 3 on your student handout? Great job. Hypothetical is listed as number 3 on your student handout. What is the definition of hypothetical? That is correct. Hypothetical does mean that it is based on a hypothesis. Okay, now take a look at number 2 on your visual aid. What word is listed as number 2 on your visual aid? Great job. Cohesive. What is the definition of cohesive? That is correct. It does mean sticking together. Okay, and for our last review word, let's look at number 1 on our student handout. What word do we see listed as number 1 on our student handout? Great job. The word is hypothermia. What is the definition of hypothermia? Great job. The definition of hypothermia is extremely low body temperature. Nice job answering in unison with the signal and reviewing the 5 words we learned previously. Now let's learn 5 new words. At this time, we are going to get started learning our 5 new vocabulary words. Let's take a look. Look at this word. The word is negligent. Negligent means failing to take proper care in something. A sentence using the word negligent is, the fire was started by a negligent smoker. It is important to note that the sentence that I just wrote has correct capitalization, punctuation, and usage of word in the sentence. Now let's move on to our other word. The next word is relinquish. Relinquish means to give up. A sentence using the word relinquish would be, he was reluctant to relinquish involvement in the company. And it is also important to note with this sentence that it has correct capitalization, punctuation, and word usage as well. Our next word is connotation. Connotation means an idea or feeling that a word invokes in addition to its literal or primary meaning. A sentence using the word connotation would be, no negative connotation was meant by using the word short. This sentence has correct punctuation, capitalization, and word usage. The next word is augment. Augment means to enlarge something. A sentence using the word augment would be, the plan is to augment what we are doing and not replace it. This sentence has correct punctuation, capitalization, and usage of word. Our next word is precipitate. Precipitate means acting suddenly. A sentence using the word precipitate is, the witch got people to purchase her magic potion by telling them the liquid would precipitate true love. This sentence has correct capitalization, punctuation, and word usage. Now that we have an idea of what our 5 new vocabulary words are for this week, I want to show you some videos of the words, and they will also include the definition of each of the new words. The first word is negligent.
Negligent. Careless, without appropriate or sufficient attention.
The next word is relinquish.
To give up, abandon, or retire from something.
The next word is connotation.
Meaning of connotation. A feeling or ideal which a word invokes for a person in addition to its literal or primary meaning.
The next word is augment.
Augment. To increase, to make larger or supplement.
And our last word is precipitate.
To make something happen suddenly and quickly, hasten.
Now we are going to practice our review words as well as our new words that we just learned. But first, let's go over our signal. When you hear my pencil tap, I want you to answer the question aloud at the same time, so in unison. Let's practice the signal. Today is Wednesday. What is today? What color is my pen? What color is the school bus? What letter is at the beginning of sat? Great job answering all of those different questions in unison. You guys did a really good job. So now let's practice our vocabulary words. We are first going to start out with our review words. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? Great job. The word is authentic, and it does mean that something is real. On your paper, write a sentence using the word authentic. Let's look at our next word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using this word. Good job. The word was static, and static does mean lacking in movement or change. Let's look at our next word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was hypothetical, and hypothetical does mean based on a hypothesis. So let's go on to our next word. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was cohesive, and it does in fact mean sticking together. Now let's look at another word. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was hypothermia, and it does mean extremely low body temperature. Those were our review words, and now we are going to focus on our new words. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was negligent, and it does mean failing to take proper care in doing something. Let's look at our next word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was relinquish, and that does mean to give up something. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Good job. The word was connotation, and connotation does mean an idea that a word invokes in addition to its literal meaning. Look at this word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Great job. The word was augment, and augment does mean to enlarge something. Now let's look at our last word. Read this word. What does this word mean? On your paper, write a sentence using the word. Good job. The word was precipitate, and it does mean to act suddenly. Now that we have reviewed our words, you and your partner will practice them together. Together, you and your partner will have 20 flashcards. 10 of those will have the word on them, and the other 10 will have the definition. You will work together to match the correct word to the correct definition. One of you will choose a card with a word on it, and the other one will read the word and find the correct definition. After you have found the correct definition, you will choose a different card, and then your partner will repeat the same thing. You guys will do this until all of the cards have been used. When you are finished, you should have 10 words paired up with 10 correct definitions. Once this has been completed, you will write your own sentences using each of the words. Once you have done this, you will read the sentence to your partner. Great job working together to match the words with the definitions. Now you will be working on your own. You will be creating your own sentences using the 10 words that we have went over today. You will use a blank piece of paper to write your 10 sentences on. I'm going to write the 10 words on the board for you to go by. After you finish, you will raise your hand and I will come and collect your paper with your sentences on it. Make sure your sentences have correct capitalization, punctuation, and word usage. Great work today, kiddos. Let's do a little bit of review to wrap up the lesson. Can any of you tell me what the word precipitate means? Great job. It does mean to act suddenly. Can any of you tell me what hypothermia is? Great job. It does mean extremely low body temperature. What word means to invoke a different meaning to a word? Great job. That is connotation. Can any of you tell me what relinquish means? Great job. It does mean to give up. And our last review question of the day is, can you tell me what augment means? Great job. It does mean to enlarge something. I'm so proud of how hard you guys worked today. You learned 5 new words as well as reviewed 5 words we had learned previously. I hope you guys had fun, and I can't wait until the next class when we can learn more new words.